Well, it's almost 11 o'clock Monday night. Today is the day that Brian and Ash and the Moore family went down to Disneyland. Actually, they picked them up from their hotel down there and went into Disneyland. And they wanted to be there at Disneyland at 8 in the morning. But Brian's got to drive like an hour and a half to even get down there. Which, anyway, Brian thought, no way. I think they left here about 8:30 or something. So 9:30, 10. So they probably got down there at 10. I don't know what time Disneyland even opens, but so they've been at Disneyland since 10 in the morning. They've been there for almost 13 hours. Brian told me that there were 4 different rides that they went on, but there's long lines, even on a Monday. He and Ashley did their own thing, and Steve and his family did their own thing. And then, they have cell phones. They can say, where are you? We're over here. Let's meet at this place or whatever. The last thing they were going to do is the new Millennium Falcon ride. And apparently there's a way to make appointments, like a 9 o'clock appointment to ride a certain ride or something. Or get in a certain line, or I don't know how it's done, but amusement parks are not my thing. So, especially ones that cost an arm and a leg and merchandise. So, anyway, they've been there all day. And Brian texted me or called me a couple times asking if everything was fine. Yep. I fed the dogs when they were supposed to be fed. Baby had oatmeal with 2 little pancakes this morning. We had lunch. He had a bunch of vegetables, and he had like a little, what is that called? Like a little whole wheat tortilla folded in half with some cheese in the middle. He likes that, but he doesn't really like all the vegetables. For lunch, I had a rice-based quiche, which had the same kind of vegetables that he had. So I said, I'll tell you what, I'll trade you. You can have a piece of this, and I'll have your vegetables. So I tore off a little piece, and he looked at it like, I don't know. And he tasted it, and he goes, bleh. But he decided his food was just fine, and he ate it all up. And I take little pretzel nibs over there for, if I need a little boost of energy or something. He wanted one of those, because he's had one before. And he wanted one. And I said, you eat all your food and you can have one. And he did. And we played a lot. We went in the stroller up the block and around the neighborhood looking at Halloween displays. And got the mail. Got my ballot for voting in the mail today. I know pretty much how I want to vote, except for these various proposition things. There's Proposition 26 and Proposition 27. They both deal with gambling or off-track betting and gambling, and one claims that they're going to give them excess money to the homeless or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to really read into that because I hear conflicting things on both sides. Anyway, so we came back from our walk. I was worn out. We came in. He had lots of water. He drank lots of water today. We played for a while. And I put on a video on my phone of someone playing the tongue drum, which is my older one. It's over there. It's red drum. And he loves it. He loves to play it and everything. He has a really good touch. He does it well. So he saw the video and he wanted to play. So he was playing around on the drum as much as he could, He was real happy about it. And he played in the ball pit today and played with the little tiny keyboard I gave him. The $5 keyboard. The B and the B flat are not working, but other than that, What else did we do? Read some stories. And I pushed him around in this little red plastic car with a handle on the back. I pushed him around on that for a while. So I got a lot of steps in. We walked around outside for a while. We drove that little car, the little plastic car outside too, and inside. And for supper he had mashed potatoes, ground turkey, and some carrots mixed together and a little cheese sprinkled on top. For some reason he balks and he doesn't really like that kind of stuff. But it's good. But I had mashed potatoes, carrots, same as him, and a knackwurst. It's like a sausage from George's Market, German sausage. And I had it cut up and I cooked it. So like these little discs of meat. I cut one of those up into little pieces and gave him some. He liked it a lot. It's kind of like those jars of Vienna sausages or whatever it's called that they have and babies can eat. It's kind of like that. But and then when he starts not wanting something, I lean forward and I say, "May I have some, please?" And then he picks up some and he shoves it in my mouth. And I say, "Thank you." Then he decides if I eat it, it must be okay. So he starts eating his food again. You know, and he was a good boy. And then Brian said, well, we put him to sleep about 8:30 maybe. Well, I tried. And he cried hysterically until he was all snotty. So then I played a bunch of videos, sat in a rocking recliner chair, sat in it and rocked, and we watched funny cats and dogs videos where they run around after their tail and jump on each other and stuff like that. And he laughed, and he likes watching that. So then he was not all upset anymore. But he was tired, and you could tell. He just did not want to give in. He did not want to go to sleep. Took him upstairs to his bed, and he cried and cried and cried, and I assured him that I was there and I was going to be right there. Well, then I came back downstairs, and we walked around, and I put on the Blue Danube Waltz and started waltzing around, and he fell asleep. So he started falling asleep, and I put the phone in my pocket and made it up each step with the music, and got upstairs to his room. And by the end of the song, I laid him down in the bed, and he didn't want to really lay down, but I rubbed his back, and he gave in. He's like, he was tired. So, it's 11 o'clock now. Waiting for a message from Brian as to, are they on their way, or are they still having fun? Tomorrow's Tuesday. His friends go back to St. Louis, 2:30 flight. But is that 2:30 Midwest time or 2:30 California time? Because Brian almost was late in picking them up because they came in, the ticket said a certain time, and Brian said, oh, I got a couple hours. No, they were here. And so he better find out whether it's Midwest time or California time, otherwise they will miss their plane. So he's going to take them back to the airport tomorrow, which is down near Santa Ana, the John Wayne International Airport or something, I don't know. A long way away. Almost 2 hours. Ashley will be home with little man. I'll probably go by George's and pick up some rye bread, maybe another knackwurst. Yep. My back was hurting real bad, holding him and rocking back and forth and everything, dancing around. Well, right now I took a shower because I was all sweaty and stinky. I'm in my Gounders shirt. If you don't know who Gounders is, his name's Mike. He lives near Albuquerque. And he's a very funny guy. He's a wonderful human being. He kind of stopped putting video out since he's been married. But he's very funny. If you have a chance to see Gounderous is this channel. If you get a chance to see him, he's funny. He's a very funny guy. And I don't know. It's like I'm tired, but I'm not tired. Kind of like the kid. The kid. So, I don't know. The bedroom that they are staying in is over my living room area. That way. And I'm right under Spencer's room. So if he wakes up and cries, I'll be able to hear him right here. I don't have to go out into their living area or anything. I tidied up a little bit. I fed the dogs a treat for being so good. So we shall see what we shall see. Hopefully there's not going to be any pissing and moaning and screaming and crap, because I'll be able to hear it. Brian and Ash's bedroom's on the other side of the house. But if they do some loud talking or anything, I'll be able to hear it in my little living room area. Oh gosh. I've got the crafty things to finish up. The reason it's taking so long is when you spray it with the paint, it has to dry before so many hours before you can spray it again. And I'm just going to keep painting it until the paint's gone. It's supposed to be shiny lacquer paint, but it's soaked into the wood, so I don't know. We'll see. It's handmade and it's with love and all that good stuff, so hopefully they'll like them no matter what. Oh. Yep, I gotta turn in. Turn into what? I'll be here waiting for them to come home, catching up on my YouTube viewing and deleting a whole bunch of email from spam crap. I got a couple calls today. I didn't say who they were from. I have no idea. It's probably spam, or I always get something from politicians wanting me to do this or that, and it's like, I just delete them. I know who I'm voting for. That's all there is to it. You don't have to try to convince me. If I'm curious, I want to know something, I'm going to look it up and find out whether it's a person that I really want to work for me. Basically. I mean, that's basically what we are, the boss choosing our employee. Basically. Whether they do their job or not is another question. That's why you check into their past and see, did they do what they said they would do? How much trouble was there? Was it an over expenditure? You know, that kind of crap. I'm a concerned citizen, and I am careful when I vote. I unfortunately voted for Josh Hawley that last time around. He's a real dickhead, spoiled kid from a rich neighborhood. Figures. So it kind of pays to know your candidate. And I usually don't go outside of the party that I am in to vote, but I did with Holly. So, oh well. Upward and onward.